from Karnataka. Yatindra Siddaramaiah, the son of Karnataka's Chief Minister, has indicated that Satish Jarkiholi, a senior Congress leader from Belgavi, could be a worthy successor to carry forward his father's progressive political legacy. He stated that his father is nearing the end of his political career and that it is hard to find leaders who remain loyal to the ideology in today's politics. Remember, this is also coming at a time when many have also been rallying for the Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar to be appointed as the new successor to Siddaramaiah. But Siddaramaiah's son over there naming Satish Jarkiholi as the ideal successor to his father's political legacy. Let's also listen in to what he's had to say.
ಇವತ್ತು ತಂದೆಯವರು ಈಗ ಇನ್ನೇನು ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಕೊನೆಗಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಬದುಕಿನ ಕೊನೆ ಘಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂತ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ವೈಚಾರಿಕವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಗತಿ ಪರವಾದಂತಹ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋರಿಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೇತೃತ್ವ ವಹಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಒಬ್ಬರು ನಾಯಕರು ಬೇಕು. ಜಾರಕಿಹೊಳಿ ಅವರು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿನ ವಹಿಸ್ಕೋತಾರೆ. ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಾಜಕಾರಣಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ಯುವ ನಾಯಕರಿಗೆ ಅವರು ಮಾದರಿಯಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಮುನ್ನಡೆಸ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ನಂಬಿಕೆ ನನಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಬದ್ಧತೆ ಇರುವಂತಹ ನಾಯಕ ಸಿಗೋದು ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಅಂತ ಕೆಲಸನ ಜಾರಕಿಹೊಳಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂತ ಕೆಲಸ ಮುಂದುವರಿಸಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ.
All right, Harish Upadhyay joins me on the broadcast with more inputs. Harish, many would now be wondering why Satish Jarkiholi and why not name D.K. Shivkumar as the ideal successor to Siddaramaiah?
Well, two significant points to note here, Akanksha. One, Satish Jarkiholi comes from Siddaramaiah's camp. And he's somebody seen as close to Siddaramaiah and somebody who's ideologically on the same lines as Siddaramaiah and somebody who's been groomed by Siddaramaiah over the last decade or so, who identifies the agenda platforms that Siddaramaiah has created since early 2000s. The second point to note here is Satish Jarkiholi himself has come out and time again said that he is also a chief ministerial aspirant, but not this time. He'll be in 2028 when Siddaramaiah finishes his term. Essentially, he himself has spoken about how he has ambitions to become the chief minister, but he will wait for Siddaramaiah to finish his political career, after which he will pitch his candidature to be the chief minister. So essentially, two aspects here. One, Yatindra Siddaramaiah once again reiterating what Siddaramaiah has earlier claimed, saying that this is his last election. That's what he said in 2023. So essentially indicating that 2028 Siddaramaiah won't be contesting in the assembly polls here. Second, pitching Satish Jarkiholi as the ideal man who will take forward the mantle, not just ideologically, but politically as well, of Siddaramaiah. So in a way, putting in a contender, saying that it's not an easy choice, it's not a straightforward choice on who will replace Siddaramaiah. It is not easy saying that. Not an easy thing to say that it's just D.K. Shivkumar who's the number two. There is also claimant on who will be the successor of Siddaramaiah. So we are looking at another angle in this entire leadership tussle that's going on in Karnataka. What is interesting to note here is that this is coming in despite very clear-cut guidelines given by the Central High Command asking people to not talk about leadership change. Right. Although Yatindra Siddaramaiah kind of avoided it, but gave out certain indications.
All right. Many thanks to you, Harish, for putting that into perspective. Let me quickly bring in Mr. Ashok Gowda of the BJP, who's joining me on the broadcast as well. Mr. Gowda, as Harish was also highlighting, that at a time when there are strict instructions coming in from the party high command, the name has already been floated. What do you make of the internal tussle now within Karnataka Congress?
See, it's very simple. Whether it is ideologically or politically, if Siddaramaiah has the same ideology as Satish Jarkiholi has the same ideology as Siddaramaiah, it's a very pathetic state of affairs. Because we have seen in past that whether it is Siddaramaiah who has not contributed anything to the state, same way similarly Satish Jarkiholi has been a minister for a long time and he has not done anything. Similarly, Karnataka is going into the bad shape. Whoever Siddaramaiah wants to make his successor as, let him make. But at the end of the day, whereas Karnataka developed under Siddaramaiah, even in spite of saying that I'm budget Brahma, no. Same thing. When he was a deputy CM, he was a finance minister, nothing he has done to Karnataka. Similarly, Satish Jarkiholi has also not done. And they have shifted from party to party, ideology to ideology. Yet,
All right. But then are
they
you
have
also
not
saying that they
contributed
are
anything.
currently politically, in terms of their ideology, is still opposed, give the current establishment in Karnataka, given that if Siddaramaiah is not even enlisting DK Shivkumar as his probable successor, is that an indication that this government is ideologically not even aligned?
See, first of all, these two people are not ideologically from Congress party. DK Shivakumar at least has started with Congress and he's been in Congress. And if CM Siddaramaiah says that my ideology is the ideal ideology, I don't know about what is the pathetic state of affairs inside the Congress party. Congress party should understand that what they stood for and what they have reached till now. So if they do forget their roots, meaning to say that Congress party has already been wiped out from several states and Karnataka is just to follow them.
Many thanks to you, Ashok Gowda, for joining in on CNN News 18. I quickly go back to Harish on that note. So, Harish, is this yet another identity crisis for the Congress this time in Karnataka, as we witnessed in other states as well?
Well, very clearly, it's showing the kind of challenges that the Congress High Command will face if they attempt a leadership change in Karnataka, because it won't be just one contender. You have DK Shivkumar, who is suggesting that he is the primary contender, but you will have the likes of Satish Jarkiholi, who will say that ideologically he's same as Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and has the backing of the Chief Minister. You will have also the likes of G. Parmeshwar and others who will say that Congress for a long time has spoken about having a Dalit Chief Minister, and this is the time to make one. So it won't be an easy choice, and perhaps that's what Siddaramaiah's camp is trying to do now, telling the Congress High Command that it's not as simple as what it's being said. It's not that DK Shivkumar doesn't have any contenders. Yes, he is the party president. He brought the party to power in Karnataka in 2023, but there are other aspirants as well. That's the message being sent across to the High Command as well.
And remember, just months ago, we had seen how there were reports indicating that Siddaramaiah supporters wanted to replace DK Shivkumar as the state president for the Congress party. If such a change were to happen, what will this mean for DK's own position?
Akanksha, one thing is very clear. What we are picking up, or at least what's been in the public domain over the last year and a half, is that as part of this agreement that DK Shivkumar, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and the Congress High Command has, DK Shivkumar is very clear that till he gets the Chief Minister's post, he will continue to hold two positions. One, of the Deputy Chief Minister in the Karnataka government. Second, as the party president. And even when we have seen certain individuals, including Satish Jarkiholi, saying that he even has the ambition of becoming the party president and then leading the party to power in 2028. We have seen that being dismissed by DK Shivkumar's camp, making it very clear that the deal was that he would continue as the party president and then hold the Deputy Chief Minister post, and that can only change when the deal is executed and DK Shivkumar is made the Chief Minister. So it won't be easy for the High Command to even dislodge DK Shivkumar from the party president post, even if they say that he will continue as the Deputy Chief Minister. So it's a very tightrope walk for the Congress party unless one of them budge. Imagine there is a situation where the High Command sends a very clear signal to Siddaramaiah that he's finished 2.5 years and he needs to step aside. And if he shows that line, if the message comes from Rahul Gandhi, and if he toes that line, only then will you see a smooth leadership change in Karnataka. This is not something that can happen by show of strength or happen in a Congress legislature party where MLAs are asked to pick, because then it will be absolute chaos, because now you have multiple contenders, many of them now pitching their candidature.
All right, stay with me, Harish. Let's also listen in to what Siddaramaiah's son has had to say. Let's listen in to this reaction yet again of Yatindra Siddaramaiah.
ಇವತ್ತು ತಂದೆಯವರು ಈಗ ಇನ್ನೇನು ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಕೊನೆಗಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಬದುಕಿನ ಕೊನೆ ಘಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂತ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ವೈಚಾರಿಕವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಗತಿಪರವಾದಂತಹ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋರಿಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೇತೃತ್ವ ವಹಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಒಬ್ರು ನಾಯಕರು ಬೇಕು. ಜಾರಕಿಹೊಳಿ ಅವರು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿನ ವಹಿಸ್ಕೋತಾರೆ. ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಾಜಕಾರಣಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ಯುವ ನಾಯಕರಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾದರಿಯಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಮುನ್ನಡೆಸ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ನಂಬಿಕೆ ನನಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ತತ್ವಬದ್ಧತೆ ಇರುವಂತಹ ನಾಯಕರು ಸಿಗೋದು ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಅಂತ ಕೆಲಸನ ಜಾರಕಿಹೊಳಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂತ ಕೆಲಸ ಮುಂದಿವರಿಸಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ
Harish, also could you shed more light on what is going to be the tenure of Siddaramaiah finally like? Because just months ago, in the month of July itself, Karnataka's Home Minister G. Parmeshwara had confirmed that Siddaramaiah will continue for a complete term of 5 years. So what do we expect now?
Well, Akanksha, in a few weeks' time from now, Siddaramaiah finishes 2.5 years in office. That's the supposed agreement that the High Command, Siddaramaiah and DK Kumar have. And that's also around the time when the Bihar elections get over and the results would have come out. And the Congress High Command would be in a different position, or at least they will have time to decide on this matter. But there are two significant points to note here. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has one major ambition, to be the longest serving Chief Minister of Karnataka, which is currently Devraj Aras. For him to go surpass Devraj Aras, he will have to be in the seat till sometime in January next year. Is Siddaramaiah okay? And is DK Kumar okay allowing that to happen? The second point is, over the last 3 weeks, we've seen the Chief Minister suggesting that there needs to be a cabinet reshuffle. Would DK Kumar be okay with the cabinet reshuffle without his part of the deal being executed, which is giving him the Chief Minister's seat? That is something that will be shot down by DK Kumar, saying that if ministers are being changed, if there's a cabinet reshuffle, then you need to decide on my deal as well, on my promise as well of making him the Chief Minister. So even a cabinet reshuffle becomes a difficult task for the Congress party. Will DK Kumar be okay letting Siddaramaiah be Chief Minister till January? Because it's very difficult for the Congress High Command. At least what we pick from the Congress sources is that the High Command knows very well that at any point in time, the Congress can't afford to dislodge Siddaramaiah, make him unhappy. This has to be a smooth consensus process, because remember, he is somebody who has the backing of Ahinda community, whether it's the Muslims, the backward classes, the SCSCs, which means he has a substantial amount of vote base backing him. And they can't antagonize somebody who represents them. And the Congress already has suffered when they unceremoniously dislodged a Lingayat Chief Minister, after which the Congress never really got the Lingayat vote for a very long time, up until 2023. So they will be mindful of how that leadership change happens whenever it happens.
Okay, many thanks to you, Harish, for putting that extensively into perspective.